Okay, this is 5.3. We're going to be talking about raising a power to a power. We're not going to do the warm-ups, but if you have questions over them, please come in. Please come in. I just want you kids to know that I love you very much and care about you and your future. That's all I want you to know. And when I yell, it's because I care. All right, so today we're going to talk about power. Power to power. See right here? This right here. When you have two small numbers, that is pow, pow! Multiply now. Pow, pow, multiply now. That's what you got to remember. Pow, pow, multiply now. See that right here? That's a parenthesis. When you have 2 times 3, you multiply. Well, this is the same thing. This is a squared raised to the third power. So this is a squared times a squared times a squared. 2, 4, 6, it's a to the 6th power. But you don't need to do that. All you need to do is just know to multiply the two small numbers. Now, this is where things get really confusing, this unit, because we have thrown a lot at you. You know, you got to move a negative exponent and change it to a positive. You got to subtract when you multiply. Or sorry, you got to subtract when you divide. You got to add when you multiply. It's just very confusing. So I'm going to do the first one, then we're going to do this together. This is x to the 6th raised to the 3rd. This is actually x to the 18th power. There it is. Go ahead and do 2 and 3. I'm going to pause this while you do 2 and 3. Okay, so this right here, this is going to be x to the 6th power. This actually becomes x to the negative 8th power, but you can't have that. Can't have a negative exponent. So it becomes 1 over x to the 8th power. This is very, very simple. Okay, so here we go. This is just 4 times 3. So we have x to the 12th power. Now, this negative becomes a distributor. You have to distribute it to every single exponent. So now I'm going to have x to the negative 14th and y to the negative 28th. Well, I can't keep it like that, can I? No. So now I have 1 over x to the 14th, y to the 28th. We're going to start putting this all together, and it's going to become very confusing. That's why you have to practice this. Practice? We're talking about practice? Okay, so you guys go ahead and do number 6. Now, I put the 1 here because there is a 1 that's understood. That 4 is raised to the 1st power. If you don't see an exponent, there's a 1 there. So this 3 has to be distributed to the 1. And it also has to be distributed to the 6. So this becomes 4 to the 3rd power, x to the 18th. Can I leave it 4 to the 3rd power? No, I cannot. What is 4 to the 3rd power? Yep. 64x to the 18th power. There you go. So, there's a 1 here. Remember that. Oh, I'm going to do this one because this becomes, well, no, I'm not going to. You guys go ahead and do number 7. I'm going to pause the video. Please do number 7. Okay, so you should have negative 2 to the 4th power because this 4 has to get multiplied to the 1. The 4 has to get multiplied to the negative 2, and the 4 has to get multiplied to the 4. So I have negative 2 to the 4th power. I have x to the negative 8th. I have y to the 16th. So now, okay, so I have to tell you something that is vital. And I hope this is being recorded. I don't know if it is, but I hope it is. We need to go to this calculator right here because I know you guys will be able to see this. And I hope that you guys can see this too on the recording. Let me get this set up. I don't know how to, let me hit exit. There we go, I hit exit. That's how I did it. Okay, here we go. Now watch. Watch. This is what you need to do. See, negative 2 to the fourth power. How many of you already put this into the calculator? Negative 2 to the fourth power. Nobody. Good. Please put that into the calculator. Negative 2 to the fourth power. What do you get? If you got negative 16, you got the wrong answer because you don't listen to what I say. Whenever you raise something to a power, you have to put it in parentheses. So negative 2 to the fourth power actually equals positive 16. It's negative 2 times negative 2, which is positive, times negative 2, which is a negative, times negative 2, which is a positive. So you have to put positive 16, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't put positive 16, if you put negative 16, it's wrong. So this is 16, y to the 16th over x to the 8th. Okay? Now, what do you do with, this gets good. There's a 1 here, remember that. There's a 1 here. The 3 has to be distributed to all of the exponents, all of them. So it becomes 3 to the third, x to the third, over 4 to the third, y to the 15th. Now, I get my calculator, and I go parentheses 3, parentheses. I use this little caret to raise it to the third power equals 27. So this now becomes 27x to the third over, what's 4 to the third, kids? 64y to the 15th. Now, I don't have the same letters on top and bottom, so I don't have to simplify it that way, but you will. So, that's it. You have to distribute the negative 3. Remember, there's a 1 here. You have to distribute this negative 4, and then you have to simplify. So, let's look at number 15. So now the first thing, remember there's a 1 here, kids. First thing I have to do is distribute the 3. So it's negative 2 to the third power, x to the 6th power. And I'm just going to leave that there until I get it simplified. Now, negative 2 to the third power. Get my calculator. Parentheses, negative 2, parentheses, raised to the third power equals negative 8. Because you're going to an odd number. So, I have negative 8 x to the 6th times 4 x to the 5th y to the 7th. See, I'm not teaching you anything new now. All I'm teaching you, all we're doing is what I've already taught you. So negative 8 times 4 is negative 32. I have 6 x's, I have 5 x's. That gives me 11 x's. And then I have to bring down my y to the 7th power. The last thing is anything raised to the 0 power is 1. So 12 to the 0 power is 1. Now this, is this 1? Is 33x to the 0 y 1? No. The only thing that comes 1 is the x. This is 33y. Anything raised to the 0 power is 1. All right. If you have any questions, please feel free to come in and ask. I'm always here to answer your questions as kindly as possible. Love you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.